सो हाय एवरीवन एंड वेलकम टू माय चैनल क्रिएटिव स्पेस। आज का व्लॉग बहुत ही ज़्यादा स्पेशल है बिकॉज वी हैव विथ अस अ वेरी वेरी फेमस यूरोलॉजिस्ट डॉक्टर हर्षवर्धन तनवर एंड डॉक्टर थैंक यू सो मच फॉर taking out your time and agreeing to do this vlog. It is a very important thing that I want to address to everybody. So before starting, can you please introduce yourself?
Yes, thank you, Neha. Thank you for this wonderful opportunity to be sharing the screen with you. It's a fantastic thing what you are doing, and you're coming up with a very important block of today's. Myself, I'm Dr. Harshvardhan Tanwar. I'm a kidney transplant surgeon and a endourologist. I've done my MCH from KM Hospital, Mumbai, and since last 4 years, I'm practicing in Ahmednagar as an endourologist and also a transplant consultant.
Okay, that's really good to know. Before starting with questions, just a curiosity. आप मुंबई में आपने पढ़ाई किया है, इतना सारा डिग्री हासिल किया है, and I know you have been awarded and you have been the speaker for many of the shows. तो why Ahmednagar?
See, since I was a child, I never dreamt of becoming a doctor at all. Neither my parents dreamt of. But it was written in my destiny, and so I have been. So after completion of my course MCH, that we call it as the topmost degree in urology in India, and it's the topmost college from which I did it, KM Hospital, Mumbai. So
Yes.
after finishing the course, I had an opportunity to go to US also. The doors were open, but then thinking of the people of Ahmednagar and love for my city, which is a three-tier city compared to the metros nearby like Pune, Nashik, and Mumbai. It's a stone belt actually. So I thought to come back to Nagar and serve the people here with the advancements what I have learned in Mumbai, and also to bring the best quality instruments and give the best treatment to my patients here. So
That's a
that
very
made me
noble.
come back to Ahmednagar.
Yeah, that's a very noble thing that you have done, and how nice of you that you're treating your own hometown. So let's start with the questions. Doctor, मैंने थोड़ा पढ़ा है, about urology, about kidney stones, and मैंने कुछ questions jot down किए हैं from a layman's point of view. So I would like to ask you that. So shall we start?
Yeah, definitely.
Okay, so the first question that I would like to ask are what are the very first symptoms where it is recommended to visit a doctor and which doctor to go to?
Okay, fine. It's a nice question, Neha. Actually, kidney stones, they mimic a lot of diseases.
Hmm.
So actually, it's very difficult because the kidney stones, they start with pain in abdomen.
Hmm.
पेट में दुखना चालू होता है.
Hmm.
But it's a very typical pain. If we can educate our viewers and the layman from this blog, so it will be very useful for them. It's a very important point which I'm going to tell ahead.
Okay.
That pain typical starts in the flank region. कंबर में दुखना शुरू होता है, पेट के सामने कभी नहीं दुखता है, kidney stones.
Oh.
And then it starts radiating towards your loin region. Okay, the flank to loin pain रहता है, and the pain is so cruciating pain that the patient is tossing in the bed. He never settles down. He tries to find a comfortable position which he never gets. So it's a tossing patient. So this typical pain, a tossing pain, and this starts in night. Most of the renal colics, they start in the night time. Why night? Because in night we get dehydrated and it causes pain at that time. Uh, the tossing pain, it differentiates the other pathologies of the abdomen like appendix or a perforation in the intestine, because in this disease the patient is lying still in the bed. If he moves, the pain starts. Whether in opposite to the kidney stones, the kidney stone patient tosses in the bed, tries to find a typical position which will comfort him, and there is also nausea and vomiting associated with this pain.
Oh, okay. So these are the symptoms,
Right.
and you should visit a urologist for this.
Yeah. And with this, there are many other symptoms, like there might be blood in the urine, which we call as hematuria. We get irritation in the urine. There might be, if it's a long-standing stone which is neglected, the patient has neglected, there might be fever also with chills. So the decreased urine output might be there. So one has to be very careful, and one has to evaluate the patient, and the patient himself should note down that these are the risk factors and the risky points are there, that we should go and consult a urologist for the same.
Okay, so they have to be very
And why
vigilant about it.
urologists? Because urologists are the trained persons, and now it's the field of super specialty. Now it's the world of super specialty.
Right.
So why to unnecessary visit a general practitioner?
Right.
Rather go to go and show a urologist so that he can give you the apt treatment and apt consultation.
Okay, okay. My second question to this would be, is there any self checkup points? Like, you know, sometimes the pain can be very little and, you know, नहीं पता चलता कि, you know, इतना extreme जाने वाला है. तो कुछ ऐसे self checkup points है क्या, doctor?
Right. Nicely said. Now, Google has made it very easy right now. Okay. So once you type some symptoms of kidney stones in Google, you will get some list of questions. Okay. One should just go through it, because kidney stone in India is a house-to-house disease. Every person in my house only, I have 3 to 4 patients of kidney stones.
Oh.
They might be small too. It's not necessary that it should be a big kidney stone. The size doesn't matter in stones. What matters is where it is located and what symptoms the patient is having. So in the self-checkup points, one should one should be careful. As I previously said, that if there is a blood going through the urine, if one is having a continuous flank pain or a loin pain associated with fever or chills or decreased urine output, then he should not just carry on the symptoms at home doing home remedies. He should consult a urologist for the same.
Okay. Yeah, it's point to remember. Yes, because many a times we have this tendency to just, you know, take, you know, in-house medicines and, you know, delaying the pain. So it's a good point that, you know, for everybody, all the viewers,
see, because kidney is important organs in the body.
Yeah.
They are doing the most important work of taking out all the waste products, and they are very sensitive also. Right. Unnecessary delaying the treatment of kidney stones, if there are in both kidneys the stones are, it might lead to renal failure also, which is a very serious consequence of a kidney stone, and this might lead the patient to have a lifelong dialysis or a kidney transplant also. Means the problem is so small, if you treat it in time, it will save your 9. Okay. Right. So one should be very careful while treating a kidney stone patient.
Okay. Also, doctor, now since we are talking about, you mentioned a point about the size of the kidney stone. So if the size of the kidney stone is small, is it that, you know, the size matters if it has to be operated or not operated? Does the size matter, or it can be dissolved with medicine?
Yeah. Very nice question, Neha, again, because many patients in day-to-day practice, they say, "अरे डॉक्टर, ये तो kidney stone 5 mm का ही है ना, गिर जाएगा, मेरे side वाले का तो गिर गया." So this is not the truth. Okay. See, a stone of 10 mm also can fall. Okay. A stone of 2 mm can also lead a serious damage to a kidney. So it's not a size. So बड़ा है तो बेहतर है और छोटा है तो नहीं अच्छा है. So that is not the rule with kidney stones. What matters is what damage the kidney stone is doing into your body. So to see this damage, a urologist will help you. He will give you some investigations. You have to do those investigations. This will correlate the damage done by the kidney stones to your kidney, like sonography is there, some blood reports are there. So after evaluating the patient, one can judge whether to operate, whether to give treatment, or just observe the kidney stone is going to fall off on its own.
Okay.
So, even 10 to 12 mm stones, they fall at a time if the patient is lucky enough, or a 2 mm or 3 mm stone struck in the ureter can also lead to a kidney failure of that side.
Okay. Yeah, this is a very important point. Yeah.
Yeah. And third important point is inside the kidney, see, kidney stones, the locations can be different. They can be in the kidney, they can be in the ureters, they can be in the bladder. So these are the three most important junctions where we get kidney stones. A kidney stone inside the kidney of a size of 10 to 12 mm won't cause any pain to the patient. A mild pain will be there. If he carries this pain for say a 6 months to 1 year period, the size of the stone starts growing.
Right.
Okay. A ureteric stone won't let you sleep because of the pain. You have to do something. Right. Otherwise, it will fall off on its own. You won't recognize also.
Oh.
So these are the things. So if you are lucky, it is going to fall off. If it's not, then the size keeps on increasing. The damage keeps on happening to the kidney. Recently, I operated a stone of 9.5 centimeters inside the kidney. So that big the stone was.
Oh. Okay, so that's a very good piece of information. And the next question I would like to ask is, what are the modalities? Like, you know, if you can highlight any ultra model technologies in management of kidney stones.
Right. So actually, I'm proud to say that the most of the advancements in surgical fields are happening in the field of urology. Okay. So we, as I say that I tell my parents when I come back, today I operated 4 to 5 cases of kidney stones. So they say, चल फेंक मत तू, इतना कैसे करता है तू? ये तो दिन में हमने देखा है डॉक्टर को 2 ही सर्जरी बहुत वो मुश्किल से कर पाते हैं, and they are so tired after that, and you look so fresh. So this is the thing, because of the ultra modern technologies which are coming up in the field of urology, we are able to do a completely minimally invasive procedures for kidney stones.
Right.
That the patient gets admitted with me in the morning, and by evening he is in a position to get discharged also. So it's hardly a matter of 24 hours to 36 hours. The patient remains with me. Even though the size of the kidney stones is large, say 4.5 centimeter, 5 centimeters, it's hardly any stitches are required, because we do all the surgeries now with endoscopes. There are different endoscopes, such as nephroscopes are there for kidney stones, ureteroscopes are there for ureteric stones. Now there are flexible scopes which can go from your natural orifice like urethra, they go through bladder, they reach up to the kidney, and there you can just do the stones with the lasers.
Okay.
So this all modalities have definitely is a boon to the patients, so that there is less morbidity and the patient is getting well treated with respecting to the kidneys. Even the surgical injury is very less. In previous old times, there used to be huge cuts,
right,
time taken, there used to be a lot of blood loss. Here you hardly see any blood loss, and everything is endoscopically cleared, so that the patient gets back to work immediately. There is no loss of working hours also.
Oh, and what is generally the time duration from what to an approximate time duration? Because if it is faster, the operative time duration, how much that would be approximately?
It differs. It differs from procedure to procedure. If it's an ureteric stone and we are doing an ureteroscopy, it hardly takes 1 hour, 45 minutes to 1 hour. If it's a kidney stone and I'm doing a PCNL surgery, then it takes hardly about 1.5 hours. So within 1 hour, everything gets completed. Because of the advancement of the lasers, with the lasers, we can just dust the stone. It just gets vaporized. It's a magic one can see. I can share a video with you. I can share a video with you, which you can add up, so that the viewers can see what the magic the lasers can create for a kidney stone.
Sure, definitely. We can. That will be very useful for people to even see how you treat the patients if you have that short video.
Now we are doing an RIRS. You can see that I'm in the lower pole calyx. This patient has been operated previously for 10 to 12 times for PCNL. It is a recurrent stone former. Show RIRS on the patient, please, on the surface view. See, I have inserted my flexible ureteroscope. The flexible ureteroscope, no puncture is being done to the kidney. On the screen, please. You can see I am blasting the stone in the lower pole. On the CR image, please. You can see that how the scope is moving with the respiration. I am blasting the stone here. This is the C-arm view. Back to the screen, please. You can see I'm blasting the stone. The major advantage in RIRS is that you need not take a puncture to already traumatized kidney, and for recurrent stone formers, it is a blessing. In which we avoid a puncture to the kidney and we are just blasting the stone and clearing the particles from the flexible ureteroscopy. So this is the most advanced part of management of kidney stones. Thank you.
Yeah, definitely. And it is such a boon, like, for a person, the person doesn't have to be scared of the scars also then. Earlier there were scars and all. So now I think that is also eliminated.
Yeah, from a woman's perspective, you're coming to a right point. Yeah. Yes, definitely there are no scars right now. There is always a fun game which I do with my patients. I operate the patient and the next day before discharge, I just remove the dressing and I tell the relatives कि चलो मुझे दिखाओ कहाँ से operate किया है मैंने. So they are so they're in the wow situation. So they give the best reaction, and that's the most delightful reaction I see, and that gives me the happiness of the world.
But yeah, that is really good. That was my question actually, from a woman's point of view, and it is really a boon, like, and people will get less scared. कम डर के लोग आएंगे फिर doctors के पास, because of all these advantages. Doctor, anything else that you would like to address over here? Specific.
Yeah, the old concept that many people in my area, see, it's a rural area. I practice in the rural India. So they are confused that whether after operating the stones, kidney stones, is there any recurrence? Is there any risk of recurrence which is going to happen? Or otherwise, they are also afraid of the endoscopic surgeries that we have listened that we have heard that after doing an endoscopic surgery, there might be a recurrence of the stone and we want an open surgery. I strictly say no to them, because in last 4 years, I have done so many cases. I have never operated an open surgery, stitch surgery for a kidney stones. I have done all the endoscopic work only. So to address this problem, I want to tell that kidney, they act like a filter. Okay. Once a filter is blocked in our home, the RO filters, we just replace the filter.
Right.
But that doesn't end the work. That is not the job done. After a few days, after 6 months or 1 year, again the filter it is going to get blocked.
Correct.
Okay, same way the kidney is working as a filter. If you don't take care of yourself, that if you don't drink ample of water, if you don't exercise, if you don't sweat out, if you keep on eating junk food, if you don't do exercises, if you don't address your diabetes, if you don't address your hypertension, so these are the risk factors with which again the stone can form.
Right.
Okay, and some genetic factors are also there. You have to take a lot of antioxidants. You have to take a lot of fruit and fresh leafy vegetables to eat. You have to decrease your protein intakes. So these are the things in the dietary modifications. If you do, the risk will come down. But a person who is having a stone in his life is always at a risk of formation again of a new one.
Oh, okay.
But then with the fear of the same, one should not just prolong the stone which is there inside the body. कि अरे वापस होने ही वाला है तो अभी क्यों ऑपरेट करना है? Then वो तो फिर वैसे कभी नहीं होएगा जब ना रहेगी किडनी ना बनेगा stone.
Right. That's a good point actually. And my question would be again, is it observed in the kids? What is the percentage? What is the ratio between, that you can observe in kids versus the adults? Have you treated any kids?
Yeah. See, mainly the kidney stones in kids are because of two factors. One is dietary deficiencies, and it's a very long myth that excess drinking of milk will cause a stone. Okay, rather I would suggest a dietary deficiency in calcium will lead to a stone in a child.
Oh,
okay. So it is that amount of calcium which is necessary to the child should be given. Secondly, after dietary deficiencies, genetic metabolic disorders of calcium metabolism will lead to stone formations. While I was a resident at KM Hospital, we had a newborn baby of 1 day old, which we knew prior only to the delivery of the child that he is having 2 large stones of 3 centimeters in the kidney.
Oh,
when he was in the womb of her mother. Yeah, and so immediately after the child was delivered, we have to arrange everything with precautions. We did the case so that is both the kidneys were relieved. Again, endoscopy played a major role in the treating the child. So this was the case we did in KM Mumbai.
Oh God, it's so difficult, no? I mean, it's such a
Yeah,
delicate stage.
yeah. And
Yeah.
it's very routine to find bladder stones, not kidney stones, but bladder stones are there due to deficiency, dietary deficiencies, which we see in many Indian children from rural area mostly.
Okay. So that's a very good point addressed actually. Anything more that you would like to add to this, doctor?
Nothing else. Actually, the thing is that nowadays treating stone is the safest and the quickest modalities we have. So don't be afraid of getting your stones treated by a urologist. If you have any of those, consult your urologist before it gets late, so that your kidneys will be spared of the burnt the kidney stones are going to do to your body. And it's a very safe job, and you can get back to work immediately within a day or two. So
Okay.
that's the last points I want to add up in treating the kidney stones.
Yeah. So thank you so much for putting light on this topic and very important points. I think we have covered from a layman's point of view. And the doctor definitely, if some Ahmednagar Vasio, you know where to go. Satarkar Lotus Specialty Hospital is the where Dr. Harshvardhan Tanwar is operating patients. Please visit him. And now we will move on to a very fun segment with doctor. And so let's get started with that. Okay, so we are going to have a very fun segment right now. अभी मैं डॉक्टर से कुछ फनी थोड़ा सा पर्सनल क्वेश्चंस पूछूंगी. I hope आप सबको ये segment अच्छा लगे. So doctor, are you ready?
Yeah, 100%.
Okay, so the first question for you is which celebrity will you rate as perfect 10?
There's only one since I was in 10th.
Okay.
And it's my dream. I follow him like anything.
Okay.
It's HRK, Hrithik Roshan.
Really? Oh, he is good.
Yeah.
Okay, that's a good answer. The next question I would like to ask you is which fictional character will you want to meet in real life or portray as one?
I want to meet Spider-Man. I adore him a lot because I believe in the words what he said, and I'm very impressed, and I follow them in my life. With great power come great responsibilities.
Yeah.
So I never forget this word said by Spidey. And he is a normal human being, but when it comes to an action, he is a superhuman. So same goes with me, because in normal situation I am normal, but when the things go tough, I also go tough.
Right. Very good answer actually for a very interesting question. The next question, doctor, is now what is the best purchase that you have done so far?
Recently I purchased a drone because I love videos. To make videos, travel videos. I've purchased a GoPro and a drone for myself, and I've started flying, and I've made a lot of videos. Why drone? Because it's not normal to see the scenes from above. Yes. And it gives a different perspective to the site you are visiting, and it's awesome. I am loving it.
Yeah, I have seen a couple of videos of from the drone, and it's really nice. It's interesting to see short clips.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Okay, so next question I would like to ask you is, what is the biggest screw up in the kitchen? Like if you cook.
So one day I came back from my hospital, and my wife, who is an excellent cook, you have to say it, of course, otherwise khana nahi milega.
nahi wo acha.
And my mom, and they were cooking, and I told it was Saturday, so I told them, chalo, I will make an egg curry. So I started at 6:30 and my egg curry was not prepared by 11 in the night also. It was still boiling there. And then I realized what efforts these two people put in the kitchen. And yes, I have a great respect for them. And I never complained about the food, what whatever it might be less, sometimes the salt gets less, or it's a part and parcel of it. But then you have to appreciate for the hard work which women put in the kitchen. So they are the real unsung heroes of the family.
Yeah, that's so true. But tell me, doctor, did they get dinner at that time, during that day, or you had to order?
No. I ate because everybody actually had the food made. Other sabji banaya tha, wo kha liya unhone.
Acha.
But then I was very adamant to eat my own anda curry, and it was horrible in taste. But then I ate with a smile on my face.
Yeah. Okay, good. That's a good answer for a screw up. Memories. Okay, the next question would be, what is that one thing that you have done which gave you adrenal rush?
Oh, it was amazing. In 2019, I visited Bali, and there was a jungle trip, and we went there, and there was a free flowing river down, and they created a jump site area to jump in the free flowing river, and from a height of almost 50 to 70 feet height, you had to jump. And that day nobody jumped from that side, so I told chalo, let's try. So when I went there, I saw down, it was a free flowing river, and I came back. But then again, huge public was there, so they started clapping, no man, you can't do it. So then I again went there and I prayed to God, and I jumped in the free flowing river. But then that boosted my confidence like anything, that okay, don't be scared in life. Even though the things look scary, you can do it, and you have the power to do it.
Okay, the next question I would like to ask you is, which celebrity artist would you want me to sketch? Is there any?
Of course, again, Hrithik bhai.
Hrithik Roshan? Okay, sure. I'll sketch him.
You can sketch him nicely, because he's so much. I call him as a Greek god.
Yes, I have already sketched him when I had learned like 10-15 years back, when Kaho Na Pyar Hai had come. I had sketched him. So yeah, definitely, he is a Greek god. Definitely. Okay, the next question I would like to ask you is, which is a weird food combination that you enjoy?
A weird food combination I enjoy is, I enjoy eating poha with an anda burji mixed into it, egg burji, and having some sambar and the coconut, this, what do you call it, as chutney, coconut chutney with it.
Is it?
Yeah, so it goes like Maharashtrian poha, South Indian sambar, and North Indian egg burji. So it comes, it revolves like everything.
And does anybody in your family enjoy this, or it's just you?
No, it's just me, because I was a hostelite for 17 long years. So in hostels, whatever is there available, you have to eat it. So chal baba, last burji bacha hai wo de de, last poha bacha hai wo de de, usko mix kar lo, kha lo. आखिर पेट में ही जाना है, वहां पर तो मिक्स होना ही होना है.
Oh, this is weird. This is a good, interesting answer. To all the hostelites out there, ये एकदम एक बार try कर लो.
Many of the hostelites, they know this combination and they love it, because in hostels you never know when you are going to get a good meal to eat.
That's true. Okay. Next question would be, which is that one place which may not be famous but beautiful, and you would love people to, that you can suggest to our viewers?
I love a place in Maharashtra. It's there in Bhandardara. We call it as Harishchandragarh. In Harishchandragarh, there is a place you trek for almost 4 to 5 hours, and there you go beyond that Harishchandra temple. There is a place, Kokankada. It's the most beautiful place in the world. I've seen many countries. I've traveled a lot, but I've not seen a place like it. So it's a C-shaped cliff is there. Mountain cliff is there where you can see a circular rainbow also sometimes if you are lucky enough. And it is the best place. I have visited it almost 8 to 9 times.
Oh, wow. That's so good to know, actually. Imagine, witnessing a circular rainbow.
It's a circular window. It's a circular rainbow, and which is not seen in the sky. You have to look down to see it because you are at that height.
Oh, okay. It's amazing. I mean, yeah. I mean,
Yeah.
it's must
It's a trekking-
recommended, guys, in Maharashtra.
Yes. It's must. It's a must.
Okay, okay. Next question would be little funny. One prank that you have played on someone, if you are a prankster.
Yeah, I remember a thing we did in our MBBS days in college. We used to stay in a hostel beyond which there was a lake. And in the night times, it used to be very scary to go towards the lake. It was almost a kilometer or so from the hostel. So one day we decided to have a dare thing. We told one of our friends that we are going to keep a ball near the lake in the evening time itself when the sun was out, and you have to go by 9 o'clock. The dare starts. We will be standing in the hostel gates, and you have to go there and you have to get the ball back if you're a daredevil. But before doing this, we also told one of our friends to go 5 to 10 minutes earlier there and sit with a white sari and a white with the things like a ghost, like a ghost. Sit there behind a tree so that once he comes there, you have to scare him. Okay, the friends goes there. One of my friend goes there. He sits there with the white cloth and everything, and is ready to scare the other friend. But then immediately our next plan starts in. We again make one more friend to go from back of that friend who is sitting already there to scare the person who is going to come. Not that he is going to get pranked now. The other person goes with a similar makeup and similar cloth, white cloth, and he tells him, he just jerks him from behind and he tells him, "Bhai sahab, यहाँ पर क्या कर रहे हो रात का?" And he never look back. He runs like anything, and he did not sleep for almost 2 days.
Oh,
we tried to convince him that he was our friend only who pranked you, but he was so much scared. But it was a wonderful thing and funny things we did in our
memories. But it must be very scary. Oh, right.
The person who was going to prank the other, he himself got
pranked. I know. Yeah, that was a very naughty thing to do. Yeah. Okay. So the next question would be the most brave decision in your life.
The most brave decision in my life was at the time I was appearing for my MCH exam. My exams were not yet finished, but my goals were so much fixed that immediately I appear for my exam without waiting for the results. Also, I applied for a instrument loan, and as I told you that these are all ultra modern instruments which I have got here in Ahmednagar. They are very costly, very costly. So I didn't even know that I'm going to pass my exams, but I still applied. I got my loan cleared from Bank of Maharashtra. It was almost a huge amount of 80 lakhs. And all my parents, my wife, they were in tension. They told me, "Are you come first, you start, you get cleared first, and then you purchase the instruments." But I told them, no, I don't want to waste a single day. I know my goals are clear, my thoughts are clear. Before appearing to the exams, almost all instruments were ready in my hospital. So that once I finish my exams and the results are declared, immediately after that, I will start working as a urologist.
Oh, it's really brave decision, and hats off to the
goals. It was a very brave decision because the EMIs were so high. But then I worked very hard. I used to almost travel 100 kilometers area, meeting everyone, telling the benefits of endoscopic surgery, operating in remote places also. So it was first 2 to 3 years were horrible.
Yeah, I know you have worked very hard. I know that. And hats off to your vision. Really, it's very inspiring, doctor, that
because
had
simple
that-
vision was there, because if I don't have my best instruments in my hand, I believed my hands were best. You have to believe that your hands are
Yeah.
good, but then they become more better if you have the best instruments
Yeah.
in your hand.
Yeah.
So I did not compromise with the instruments, and my dad was in a supporting role at that time. He told, no, you have to buy the best, don't compromise with the instruments.
Hats off to the family also. Seriously.
Yes, yes.
Yeah. Okay. The next question I would like to ask you is, uh, which movie can you watch over and over again without getting tired?
Sholay.
Yeah. Oh,
Yes.
nice.
I've almost watched Sholay 19 to 20 times since my childhood. And I just love this Jai Viru character, the Gabbar and the Basanti and the Chachi. So
Yeah.
I just love that movie. It's a pura Bollywood masala is there in that movie.
Yeah. Very nice. Good answer. Okay. Next question is again is very interesting one. If there is one place in the world where you can go for a lunch, कहाँ पे होगी वो जगह?
For lunch,
Any meal,
the best
any
thing
meal.
in yes, the best thing in Ahmednagar is the lunch is my home. Nobody can beat the lunch prepared in the home,
Yeah.
because we have a maid who is working with us with the Mugda's home. She's working almost for 30 years, and she every day she makes sure that it tastes you different.
Oh.
And it's amazing. It's amazing.
Yeah.
So I love eating the lunch at the home only. No fancy restaurants. So the homely lunch is the best thing I enjoy.
Wow, so sweet. Very nice. Okay. If there is any one sport that you can master overnight, which sport that would be? I know you are very good basketball player, but apart from that, is there is any sport?
Of course, there was a dream because of my studies. I couldn't perceive it. I wanted, and there is always a dream of many of them.
Yeah.
We want to be the best cricketer. For me, I would in overnight, if I can become the best batsman of India, I would like to open the innings with not with Virat Kohli, but I would like to open the innings with MS Dhoni.
Oh.
It's my dream to bat on the other side with MS. And he is a wonderful person, very grounded. And I want to, and not only open, I want to hit a 6 on the very first ball I'm facing, and that too against a Pakistani bowler.
Oh, complete. That is also very clear in your head. Your first ball is also clear in your head. Yeah. That's a very interesting answer to this question. Okay, the last question that I would like to ask you is there any song or a quote that defines your life or the way you live your life?
Oh. Yes, definitely there is a song, and I just listen it whenever I am low or whenever. There are two songs actually.
Okay.
First I will tell which defines me more.
Yeah.
It's Musafir Hu Yaro.
Nice.
Right? You have heard that song?
Of course, yeah.
Musafir hu yaro, na ghar hai na ठिकाना, मुझे बस चलते जाना है. See, these are all part and parcels. The life goes on. There are ups, there are lows. The thing is that you should enjoy. There should be a smile on your face, even in the lows and even on the highs.
Correct.
You should not be very sad in the lows and not very greedy when you are on the high.
Right.
So you have to live a modest life, first of all. And secondly, my next song, which also defines me, is Laksh Ko Pana Hai. Again by Hrithik Roshan from the movie Laksh. चाहे लिपटे सांप यहाँ हो पर्वत है, हर हाल में लक्ष्य को पाना है. So anything, there should be no reasons. Even I tell my staffs, they start giving me reasons. So reasons are there only to make you weak. You should come up beyond every reason.
Yes. And then only you will reach your destiny. Yeah, your destiny.
Yeah, definitely. Because reasons are just to satisfy your own self. Okay.
Yeah.
आज मैंने ये reason दे दिया. Okay, then I am happy. It's just an bypassing the goal. If you are focused, nothing in the world can stop you reaching there where you want to go.
I completely agree to this. I completely agree to this. And it's such a lovely answer that you have given now. And both the songs are like really motivating. They are not just
because
random
then
songs.
because one song in Musafir, see, the life goes and goes. There is no stop to your life. You are
Right.
going to die one day. It's between your birth and your death, how the life you have done, what memories you carry are the things they go with you. And for the Laksh, yes, because life is a war. It's like you have to achieve something. There are goals set. Then only you can enjoy the life.
Yeah. Very nice answers. And I actually love this segment because you come to really know about a person, and very interesting answers you have given. It really defines how focused you are in professional life and in personal life also. So thank you so much for this segment, Doctor. I
Thank you,
hope
Neha.
I hope the viewers also like this. So please everybody like, share and subscribe to my channel. Uh, so yeah.
Thank you, Neha. Thank you for this wonderful eve meet which we are having today. I hope all the viewers get benefited with it, and definitely you're going to rock in future also. All the very best to Neha.
Thank you.
And
Thank you so
everyone,
much.
please do subscribe the channel so that more and more videos will be coming up from Neha's side, and we all will be eager to see Neha interviewing different personalities and giving up the best videos we want to see.
Yeah, I try my best in every vlog, and thank you for your best wishes. And please everybody, now we will continue with our sketch video. So I hope Dr. Tanwar also likes the sketch that I will be doing of his. So so
I guess
okay.
it will be the most difficult sketch Neha is going to do because it's the Bhagwan फुर्सत में बनाया नहीं मेरे को ना इसलिए.
No,
It's a
no,
very
ऐसा
odd
कुछ नहीं.
sketch Neha is going to do this time.
No, I'm always nervous in all my sketches, and I will try my best and hope you like it. Hope the viewers like it.
Definitely,
So
definitely.
thank you again so much, and see
Thank
you.
you.
Bye.
Thank you. Bye bye. Bye
Yeah,
bye.
bye.